Well, Shemai everyone, how are you all? I've been so looking forward to this day where we're all crafting together and our money is off to the Mind charity, which is fantastic. And that's a charity that helps people look after their mental health, because it's really important that not only do we do things to look after our bodies, but we've also got to look after our minds and keep our minds happy. So crafting is the perfect way to escape your troubles some days. Now, we are going to make this card. Now, obviously, it's got to have a Christmas theme because I love making Christmas things. So here's the card. But look, it's not just any old card. I'm just going to move this out of my way because, ta-da! Look at that. When it stands on the mantelpiece, it's going to look a little bit like this. And then it opens up and you can write your message in the centre. Now ignore this, Mr. Richards used a scrap bit of card and I didn't realise I had already cut something out of it. So, your colours may be slightly different to me because I've made up your packs from things we had in school. This is actually stuff that I've got in my own craft room, okay? So, look how easy that is, but how effective it is. So, in your packs, you should have a sentiment. You should have some green card. Now, you've probably got bigger pieces than me. I've taken lots of mine into school and I've forgotten to bring it home. Then, you've got an A4 blue card. That's going to be the base of your card. And then an A4 white piece of card. Okay? So, the first thing we need to do... Oh, we've also got glitter. You've got a little bag of glitter. I've got a little pot of glitter here. The first thing you need to do is you need to make your card. So you're going to turn it. Now make sure those two edges are touching, okay? And press down gently first. And then to make a really good fold in it, you can use the side of a ruler and just press across there. And that is your base card, okay? That's going to be the bit. Now, another little tip. When Mr. Richards first started making cards, which is about 16 years ago now, I made a stunning card once out of a kit. Realised that I'd stuck it the wrong way and my card actually opened that way. So make sure you know which way is the proper way. With your white piece of card, now we are going to use both sides of this, okay? So, are we ready? I'm not using any measurements. I'm just giving myself a little bit of a mark. But if you wanted to give yourself a measurement, you could put your ruler alongside. Now I've got a T ruler because it stops me going really wonky when I do my crafting. So I'm going to bring it to the side and I'm going to go for about 12 here. Okay. I'm going to switch it around so I can see my measurements the other side. I'm going to go for about 15 here. But you know, it doesn't really matter. So then I'm going to join up my two measurements like this. Okay. I don't know whether you can see this because of the lighting in my room. Can you see I've got myself a very faint line going down here. All I'm going to do, I'm going to cut up there. Doesn't matter if you stick to that line perfectly because we're going to do something else in a second. So, there we go. Follow the line. I really should be wearing my glasses because I can barely see the paper. And can you see we've got one piece that goes that way. And then we're going to have one piece that goes the other way. Can you see that? Now, we're going to make this a little bit of a wibbly wobbly line. I'm just going to do this freehand. Like that. That's my one snowdrift. Now I wouldn't mind having a little bit of snow like this for Christmas, that's for certain. Perhaps not this thick because we can't get around, can we? So there we go. So they are my two pieces now. That's going to be our snowdrift. All right. Now I always find it really important to keep putting things in the bin when you're crafting because otherwise you don't know which part you're using. For this now, we want this bottom piece to fill this blue card perfectly. So what I do there, I'm going to turn it over Okay, so I can see it. I'm just going to give myself a faint line down there with my pencil. Then, once again, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to fold on that line. And with my ruler, I'm going to give myself a really nice deep crease. Okay. Now I've noticed I've gone a bit wonky there. But that's okay, because we can change it. There we go. So, okay, so we're going that way. Like that, yeah. Can you see that? And that piece then, we're going to fold back the other way. Like that. So, as you can see, it doesn't go to the edge here. There we go. That's that piece. Then, with this piece, we're going to do the other side. So this is going to be tucking in here. So once again, go to the edge of your card, turn it over, do yourself a little line going up there. Okay, then turn it over and fold it as carefully as you can on that line. Make sure the bottom of your card is touching down the bottom there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to show you that again. That piece is going there. Then this piece is going this way. But now we need to fold it again. Now we want it to open up to this one. So if you put it against it, it'll show you where you've got to fold it. Sorry, I am slightly off your screen there. So I'm going to show you that again. Tell you what, I'm going to stick this one down so you can see then what I'm doing. I'm just going to use my glue here. And this is runny glue or PVA glue. Sometimes they call it school glue. We've just got those awful Pritt sticks that don't stick anything, haven't we? So there's your one side done. Okay, so you've got this folding piece here. But because we want our card to meet in the middle here, so we can hide our sentiment behind it. So that's going there, up to there. And you want to just make sure now you've got like two little doors there. Now we've got that little piece, that's fine because we can chop that off. Yeah. So your two little doors now meet together. It might be a bit hard to see. Can you see that there? And you know, if they overlap a little bit, it doesn't matter. Because you will say to people, that's exactly what I wanted it to do. There we go. And I'm just going to use my runny glue again now. Now I'm going to leave, I'm not putting it right to the top or on this one because that means I can just about fit my fingers in. I can tuck my little trees down behind it. So there we go. So you're matching that one up to there, like that, go into that corner. And press down hard with all your might. There we go. So now this one, I'm just going to, once again, press it down with my ruler. Like that. So our little doors then meet together and then ta-da! But I'm going to give this one a little bit of a haircut. So I'm going to turn it over and see how much I need to cut off. Just like that. There we go. So that is the base of our card. Okay. Now the good thing is about this YouTube premiere video that you can pause me if you need to and you can rewind me. That's much easier than if I was doing it live. You might be thinking, she's going too fast. So at least this way you can record, you can rewind, and you can watch the same bit over and over if you need to. So there we go. That's that. In your packs, there's also some written instructions, just in case sometimes people prefer to have written instructions. So I've got those in there as well. Don't forget now, I'm also on Google Classroom. So if you need anything, just go into our classroom for year 5 and 6 and the link that I've given you in your pack, and you can ask me any questions. So the next part now is to do our trees. Now, triangles are quite easy to cut. Make sure you've got a straight edge to work off. And then, ding! There we go. I'm not doing any measuring. I try to do as little measuring as possible sometimes because I just think let's make it a little bit more handmade than factory made. So as you can see, there's my trees. They don't look like trees yet, but they will. And can I fit one that side? Yes. And your trees can be all different sizes. Like some of them, because they might be further away, they might look smaller. Now I've got 3 different greens, but I think I'll only use these 2 different greens, because if you look at forests, they're not always the same species of tree. There we go. So there are my trees, and all I'm going to decide now, I'm going to have some at the front of my snowdrifts and then some going behind. We're going to make them look more like trees in a second while we add the little lines onto them. And we're going to make them look more like snowdrifts when we add the glitter. You need a little bit of glitter for Christmas. So I'm going to start with this back row here, and I'm going to tuck some of them underneath as if that's a big mountain of snow and there's some trees poking their way out. So I'm just going to, there we are, start gluing them down like this. So don't forget, I really would love to see your creations. So please post photos. You can post them on Twitter. You can post them in our Google Classroom for this special event. You can bring them into school to show me. I would love to see them. I love making cards. I'm always making cards. There we go. I make cards and scrapbooks. And you know, the reason I got into crafting, that was to help, because I lost my sister when she was 32. My sister was, we didn't know she was poorly, and she passed away. And it's really sad when you lose somebody you love. And sometimes you need something else to think about for just a little bit. And that's how I got into crafting. And my nephew, her little boy, was just a little baby when she died. He was 2. And I wanted him to know all about his mum, which is how I started scrapbooking. And he's 18 now, and he still looks at the scrapbooks I've made him, tell him all these different things about his mum. So can you see our little forest forming now? There we go. So sometimes when you're feeling sad, not only is it really important to talk about it and to get somebody you can tell your problems to, and remember now that can be anyone in school or anyone at home, but it's important to share your sad thoughts with people so people can help you. So there are my trees, but they don't look like trees yet, do they? They look just like green triangles. They could look like teeth if they were held that way. So we're going to add some little branches. Now, between you and I, Mr. Richards isn't a great artist. In fact, I'm nothing like a great artist. So I'm just going to carefully now with a black pen, and you can sort of do little lines as if it's your branches. Now, I don't want to show the trunk of this one because I'm going to pretend it's over in the background. I'm going to show the trunk of this one, coming down like this, and I'm going to carry it on up like this. I'm not going to show the trunk of this one again because I buried that under my snow. Then I'm going to show the trunk of this one, and then I'm going to show there's got like a little mound. It looks quite a wonky trunk on that one underneath. So I'm just going to go up like that. There we go, look. Same on this one. I have a little bit of a mound of snow there. And some of this. This one there, now you could only see a little bit of it. Do some lines there. This one then is going to have a trunk, and I'm going to do it this way. because that'd be easier. I don't know why I didn't think of that to start with. There we go. Right, now then, we want our recipient, the person who's going to get the card, to be able to open it up and see a sentiment here. So I'm going to stick my sentiment down here. Once again, I'm just using my glue. There we go. Like that. But a Christmas card wouldn't be a Christmas card without a little bit of glitter. So for this, get yourself a little bit of, it could be newspaper, it could be any little bit of paper you've got. A coffee filter also works very well, because I'm going to carefully now, because otherwise I'll have glitter all over my face forever and a day. My glue is, just run my glue across the top of the snowy banks like this. And if you want, on the top of your trees, as if it's sort of got to the top of the trees like that. Then I'm going to do this part first. Just sprinkle your glitter on like this. There could be like so much glitter on there I could bath in it. Then I'm going to just tip it carefully on there. Now your glitter, I think, is slightly chunkier than mine. Mine is quite hard to see there, but there it is. Okay, oh, I'm going to put some more on my trees. This is the best way to catch it all, because then you can bend your piece of paper and very carefully tip it back in either the bag, or if you've got a bigger pot you could put it in. Right, there we go. Then nearly tipped it all over my desk then. I'd never managed to clean all that up. Then I want it across here. So once again, you're going to be careful on this one, because obviously your glue underneath is still a little bit wet. Put some glue and glitter on there. Like that. Then I'm going to put it across this one here, like this. And you can put it on the little mounds and on the tops of your trees. On across this one. Oh, Mr. Richards, I'm a lefty, you see, so I'm working across in front of you there, sorry. There we are. So you've got to be careful on these ones, because obviously at the moment the back ones are not dry. If you wanted to, you could do this separately. You could wait for the back ones to dry and then finish those off. But I'm way too impatient for that. I think, let's crack on and get it done. So there we go. That's that one. And now, if I sneezed right now, it would be a glitter fest on my desk. And I tip that back in the pot. And then, once again, I'm going to go across here now. Across there. Right now, I really feel like playing in this now. And then I'm going to add it up there. Now, on my card, I used a white pen to make my snow, as if it's falling down. Let's get all that off there. But the other way you could do it is just like little blobs of glue. So I'm going to carefully turn my card around. I'm going to come back so you can see me, and I'm going to put blobs of glue like that. Mammy will be thinking, Mrs. Richards, what are you doing? There's glitter on my carpet. So I hope if you are doing all this glittering, I would do it on a hard floor. Also, make sure if you're working at the dining room table, you've got something underneath you. Then I'm just going to tip that all over. Dun, 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 like that. So I've got nearly all my glitter now out of the pot. And there we go. So, oh, I got some little black bits on mine. There's one gone. And there's the other one gone. So don't forget, I'd love to see your creations on either Twitter or our Google Classroom for this Mind event. Have a fabulous time. I can't wait to see your creations. Thank you so much for your donations. We've raised almost £90 now to send off to Mind Charity, which will really, really help people. And don't forget, when you're feeling down or feeling a bit sad, having a hobby, something like crafting, is really, really helpful. Reading a book, doing something you enjoy, listening to music, dancing around your bedroom, doing the hoovering if you really enjoy doing that. I don't think I've ever met anyone who really enjoys doing that. But if you're ever feeling sad, don't forget to talk to somebody. We're all there for you. And together, we can put a smile on somebody else's face. So thank you for joining me, Year 5 and Year 6. You are absolutely awesome. Mr. Toppin and Mrs. Gowan, they'll be well gel, to be honest, after seeing what we've got up to today. So there we go. The card is all done. So when your recipient opens the card, ta-da! And it stands on the mantelpiece like that. Mummies and daddies, apologies for the amount of glitter. Hope you've had a fab time, and I'll see you in school on Monday. Hwyl fawr ffrindiau.